What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I hope everyone is enjoying the weekend. In this video analysis, we are going over Intel INTC. Is it going back to $68? We will go to the chart to find out. Remember, guys, this is technical analysis based on the chart and the technicals, not financial advice. Let's get to it. So here we are in the weekly chart, INTC. And for the record, guys, I am not bearish on INTC on Intel. There is just a lot of technicals and chart structure that point to a high probability percentage retest of that $68 mark. And we'll get into it here. I'll explain it why. And this is my first time covering Intel on the channel. So I will go over what happened in the last couple of months. And you could see Intel had a major run. All of these big chip stocks had their major run. AMD went nuts. Intel, MU, Micron U, and you could see Intel from the bottom here, not the bottom, but where the run really started, 258% in, 84 days. That is a lot for a big tech stock of $512 billion market cap. Not a coincidence. We had an EMA cross here, a very powerful EMA cross. And part of this move was to close this open weekly gap, guys, at $72. And this is from the year 2000, 26 years later. And the algos still remember it, guys. That's why I put so much emphasis on weekly gaps, particularly in these large cap stocks, because the algos remember, and Intel took off with the great bullish market sentiment that we had. And you know what, guys? I just noticed something while I'm here. This could even be something like a macro trend channel. Let's see if I line this up here. Potentially, let's see. We got to go to the daily chart to really figure it out. But you could see we have some touch points here. Yeah, maybe if I adjust it a little bit, guys, but I'm not going to pay too much attention to that in this video. We're going to go to the daily chart, which we are in right now, put the drawings on, put the indicators on, and we'll go over what was happening now, guys. So let's get into it right now. Yeah, you can see the midline has some support here, but don't pay attention to this macro trend channel. That was just for shits and giggles, but that could play a part in the future for Intel for support on the bottom here if we get there. So let's go over it. So this is a very simple chart. I don't have many things here. These are just gaps, these lines. And after this bullish momentum, like I said, I'm not bearish on Intel. This is just, in my opinion, a consolidation period after this big move. Hence why my border is gold and not red, guys, because this is just a healthy correction, in my opinion. And if you see more price action to the downside, do not think of it as a crash. Think of it as a correction off this big giant move that we had in, like I said, the 80 days, which is very, very bullish for a stock of this magnitude. So the question is, where do we stand now? What's going on with the stock? What's going to happen in the future? And I just want to point something out to you guys real quick. You could see when Intel had this spike here, you could see the price rose here, but the RSI lost strength, guys. This is a bearish divergence, higher high here, higher lower high here. That is a major bearish divergence because we are on the weekly time frame, has a heavier weight than the daily time frame, more data, and Intel from that point lost 42%, guys. Major dip. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red weekly candles in a row, and now we responded off the bottom of this descending trend channel, which I believe Intel is trading in right now, and we are in the middle of it right here. So we can have a make or break moment. What happens from here? So let's talk about up prices first. You could see we have dropped the RSI right now. We don't need that. You could see we have a couple of gaps at $111, $121 from the current price. That would be about 20% increase from here. What do we need to get to those? You could see we are stuck in the middle of these daily EMA lines. We would need to, very simple, guys. We need, for Intel to close these gaps, we have the Ichimoku cloud right here. This all makes sense with the top of the trend channel. So I would say if we can regain this daily 50, the blue line, also the middle of the trend channel line, I will make that a little brighter for you guys. So it is more prominent. You could see we've gotten rejection here. That's why I think we are trading in this descending trend channel, because it is a you could see the rejection points here. We need to reclaim that and not get rejected by these weekly EMA lines here, and then I think we can close these gaps with no problem. And if we do, that would make sense to me, because the gaps, this is not going to go straight up from here. This might take some time, and the gap is aligned right with the top of this descending trend channel. And if we make it past that point, guys, our top supply zone, where a stronger rejection, particularly the top half of this zone, you could see the midline here, is at 125.44 to 142.28. So that would be our top rejection zone. Currently, there is inevitably going to be higher highs. I'm not going to talk about those now, guys. If we get here, I will probably do an update. So let's talk about what will happen, what I think is going to happen in the future for this $68 price. And first and foremost, we have a gap at 68.28. It is a daily gap, guys. We have another gap here at $92, just under $92. That will definitely be closed sooner than later. But we have this gap at 68.28, and I've identified this flip zone from the past, guys. This is just when I call it a flip zone, when we're trading from underneath it, we get rejected. And now that we're trading above it, that will provide support from 65.10 to 75.94. Excuse me for my voice, guys. And you could see the daily 200 is creeping. We're just above this zone. I've identified this temporary support and resistance level at 80.64. If I go to the 4-hour chart, you could see it's clear that it's been supported here. This could be just the bottom of the trend channel. I would not pay too much attention to this, guys, because we do not have much data that supports it. But you could see this little zone here. Treat this line as a zone. I didn't want to draw multiple zones, but you could see we might find support on this line, similar to the Palantir chart. If you guys go to my Palantir video, guys, very similar trading style right now in this descending trend channel with a midline support here and the bottom demand zone. But I don't want to get too much into that. If I go to the weekly chart also, guys, I'm going to look how clean this giant move was when we had this run. I'm going to do a Fibonacci retracement on this to the top of this red candle. And you could see, interestingly enough, our golden rebalance zone, I'll put it over here so it doesn't blend too much. Our golden rebalance zone, where price, usually gets retested, especially in these bigger cap stocks. Too bright. You could see it is exactly the top of our zone and exactly where the gap is, guys. Cents off, pennies off, 3 cents off. And also, this is a fair value gap here, guys. I don't talk much about fair value gaps, but you could see from this point to this point, there was this giant candle. And what a fair value gap is basically untested, liquidity. It's basically what Fibonacci maps out. You could see it covers most of it, but to this zone here, it's untested liquidity. There's one here. This one's already been tested. You could see from here to here, it's already been tested with these candles. So, that's just another indicator to me with this golden rebalance zone that price has to come back down technically to retest this area. And we have the weekly 50 moving average lingering in this zone as well, which is very strong. And if this pattern plays out like I expect it to, up and down like the thumbnail says, we'll hit maybe the bottom of this trend channel, close this gap, and that would be, for me, not financial advice, guys, I'm going to delete this, a very, very, good entry point after the correction is done. And from the current price, I know a lot of people who are still invested in Intel do not want to hear this, but that would be a 33% drop. But that is just part of the technicals, guys. You could see, you can't not complain, but you can't, say that's not possible when from the peak already, it's already lost 42% and rebounding, guys. That's just how stocks work. We have these big up moves. This is just a consolidation period. And, if you stick to your strategies and you sell when you want, you have a very good reentry here. And guys, we have gaps to the downside as well. I'm not going to talk about these. These may never be closed because of the new price action from Intel. But remember, that weekly gap was from 26 years ago. And, we also have, let me make this, we'll make it like this magenta color. Nah, it's not good, not good. Sorry, guys. So you could see if this macro trend channel is legit, we still have support down here, you know, where our 786 retracement is as well. So basic recap, there's many confluences that point to this zone here with the gap, with my flip zone, with the fair value gap, the Fibonacci rebalance zone, and the weekly 50 support, guys. So, you know, but in the meantime, there is good swing potential from the price here. Even if you were going to go short on the stock, you know, you can cut out 40%, get the rebound, 51% if this pattern plays out, guys. But keep an eye on the RSI while it's doing that. But my main rebound zone is between 65.10 and 75.94. I think price has to come down, retest, close this gap, and then we could see maybe new all-time highs for Intel, guys. And I will be doing, you know, another update for you guys if we get into this zone or this zone at the extreme. We're kind of in a halfway point here. Keep an eye on this midline. Very important, in my opinion, with the daily 50, guys. All right. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Please feel free to subscribe, comment, and like. And thank you for all the subs as well. And stay blessed as always.